The KCLY Locker Room Show gets a chance to talk with one of our former Lady Tiger volleyball standouts. Megan Wright joined us. Megawatt has joined us all the way from New York. Megan, thanks for being a part of the Locker Room Show. Appreciate you doing this.
Of course, thanks for having me.
For sure. Now, the first thing people ask me when they ask where Megan Wright is playing volleyball, and I say Utica University in New York, they say, how did she end up in New York? So that's our first question. How did this happen?
Yeah, it was kind of, I always wanted to leave Kansas for school because I always thought like I should live somewhere in my 20s and like travel and just go somewhere new. So I was kind of on a recruiting website and I put in everything I liked and it just happened to be in upstate New York and Utica University just fit all the boxes.
Wow. So tell us kind of what the school is like, the size of the school, the area it's in. People hear New York and they think, the Bronx and New York City. I know that's not the case. Kind of fill us in there.
Yeah, it's a town kind of the size of Manhattan. It kind of gives Manhattan feel,
Hmm.
but the school is a private school, a liberal arts private school, and there's about 3,000 people. It's super like close knit, a small campus, everything's super walkable, even though I live off campus this year. Um, but yeah, it's a more like more city-like than Clay Center for sure.
Uh-huh. I know I went to a smaller school just outside of Kansas City, William Jewell, and it fit me really well. I don't think I would have done well on a big campus with large classrooms. Does that kind of fit for you too?
Yeah, exactly. My classes are like maximum 13 people usually, and I have a very close relationship with each of my professors, and that's kind of how I've been able to go further in my academics here.
So you show up in New York, upstate New York, and you show up to Utica University. You're on the volleyball team. Maybe you've had some connection with coaches and maybe some of the other players before you get on campus. Is that the case?
Yeah, we had a camp before my freshman year, so I got to meet all the other freshman recruits, and that was kind of we started group chatting and everything and just talking about everything from there.
And then getting on campus, and you said it's tight knit, so you get to know people pretty quickly, I'm guessing. You did play quite a bit your freshman year, but your minutes reached a lot last year. I know that you had a really successful sophomore campaign, enough so you've been named a captain for this year upcoming. Talk about that experience and what an honor that must be.
Yeah, it's so cool. I'm like beyond proud of like and thankful for everyone that nominated me. Um, yeah, my freshman year, it was a lot of I came in as thinking I'm gonna be a libero, a DS, not really front row. I'm 5'5", 5'7" on the roster, but 5'5". And I wasn't really thinking front row was for me, but my coaches kind of had a different idea at the beginning of season. They wanted more hitters, so I was able to hop in there and get a few reps there. But then I did end up as a DS towards the end. We had some tall girls that graduated now, but they were able to hit. And then yeah, my sophomore year, like I said, there were injuries and people graduating, so we needed hitters. And so I got to play our outside hitting position and I played all the way around all season, which was super fun. It was the best time. I love being able to like help my team out in that way. And that's kind of what I did in high school, being DS and hitter, so I was
Right.
very comfortable with that.
Yeah.
And then I think I just kind of took on a more leadership role being on the court as often as I was, so the captain part kind of hopefully comes a little more naturally.
Yeah, well, the C on the jersey is a big thing at in any sport. So congratulations on that opportunity. You said had a chance to hit. You had a chance to be a defensive specialist for those who don't know what a DS is, and then now you are a libero incoming, or will you? Is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah, the last 5 games of last season, I turned into a libero, and I think my coach really liked how that one worked out. We got a few wins out of it, so I think this season I will definitely be the libero.
So going into your junior year, do you have a course of study? Do you have a thought on what your plan will be after 2 years?
Well, not so much after 2 years yet, but right now I am a communications and media major with a focus in public relations.
Hmm.
So I'm working at our newspaper on campus. I'm the editor-in-chief this year.
Nice.
So I'm kind of leaning more that direction. But
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that you got lots of time to decide. I just wondered if you had any plans. So the season starts, I think, the end of this month. Is that correct?
Yeah, preseason actually starts tomorrow.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yes.
And have you been practicing then?
No, we have our first like meetings and everything
I
tomorrow,
see.
and then we'll start practices on Saturday.
Give an idea for everyone back at home who it is you go up against, who some of your league members are.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone will know them per se, but we have SUNY Poly, which is a close school right near Utica. We
Uh-huh.
have CUCA. What else do we
Put
have?
you
We
on the
have
spot here.
Elmira, Nazareth. Um, yeah, I think there's more, but those
Sure.
are the ones that we play a lot. And Sage is another one. Those
Okay.
are kind of near Albany and Buffalo.
Okay. And I know your parents probably had to have as much adjustment to life without you around as you did not being around. How often do you get a chance, do they get out or do you get a chance to see them?
Yeah, I think, well, now that I'm becoming a junior and my parents are kind of realizing, oh, we have 2 years to watch her play volleyball. I think they're gonna come out a bit more this year. They have come to a couple of games in the past. I know my mom's gonna come up for like a whole week in September to see like 7 games, so it'll be really fun there.
Yeah, very, very cool. Well, it's impressive that you had the mindset to get out and travel at an age you can do that. I think that's really wise. A lot of people stay really close to home, and you've got some new experiences very early in your 20s and getting into your college career. So wise decision. Congrats on being named the captain with the
Thank you.
Pioneers, and good luck on the season ahead. Thanks for being with us here on the Locker Room Show.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. That's Megan Wright on the KCLY Locker Room Show.